Yeah, that sucked.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
Roberto did not show up tonight.
Tonight? Oh yeah, dude, I'm way off my schedule.
I feel like we did this cold opening already.
Yeah.
Which one?
The one where you're not talented.
I'm pretty talented. I bring the talent. They call me the talent. Wow, I did not bring it today.
No.
Oh.
All right, let's go. A podcast about bourbon and the ones who drink it. This is Bourbon Matters. Welcome to Bourbon Matters. I'm Jake.
I'm Dan.
I'm the talent PDL.
And tonight we are trying Mellow Corn.
Mellow Corn.
The
Mellow
bold,
yellow.
the beautiful,
Yeah.
the yellow.
And, I got to say, I'm not doing this sarcastically. This is good shit. You guys may be doing it sarcastically.
We'll
Yeah,
see.
if I say it's good, it's very sarcastic.
But this is
Anything
good
that
shit.
has a bright yellow plastic cap on it is never bad.
Dude, this is... That bottle to me is actually pretty cool looking. I like the
It is a glass
nuclear
bottle.
yellow. It is a glass bottle. It's not. It
could easily be a plastic bottle, but at least they were classy enough to use glass.
For $12. It's kind of surprising to see a glass bottle. That's a good point.
Yeah.
I like the yellow cap, the label. It's perfect. I'm excited to get into it.
Perfect.
It's perfect.
That's why it's the number one selling whiskey in the world. It's perfect.
Hey, that's why it's been selling since 1945.
So is Stoli.
Right.
That's an excellent point. And that shit sells like freaking fireworks. Is that a thing? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think it is, right?
Yeah.
What does it sell like? What do you sell? when it
Hotcakes.
smells like apples. Is that what you said?
Hotcakes.
Oh, pancakes. Yes.
Right?
Dude, I'm half asleep. I'm telling you, I'm off my schedule.
Oh, man. All right. Let's get into... I got a couple news stories. First from Whiskey Wash. Gold Spot Irish Whiskey is unveiled. So this is a limited edition that honors the 135-year legacy of Mitchell & Sons Wine and Spirit Merchants. The bottle is going to be aged a minimum of 9 years in ex-bourbon and ex-sherry casks, and then it's going to be blended with Bordeaux and port finish casks to make the final product. That's going to be bottled at 102.8 proof, and that should be available sometime in July in the United States. I believe it's already out in like Europe right now, in the UK.
I'm not a big fan of Irish whiskeys, but we tried your Blue Spot.
Yeah,
and
the Blue Spot is really good.
That was one of the first Irish whiskeys I've drank where I'm like, this is actually really good.
So you didn't like any of the ones we tried like 20 episodes ago?
No, I wasn't a
Really?
big fan of those.
Oh man, I love Irish whiskey.
I like Redbreast is good.
Redbreast is great.
I'm a big fan of that.
I mean, I'll drink Jameson. I'm perfectly fine with it.
Jameson's okay.
Yeah. On the rocks, Jameson's actually really good.
Yeah.
It's one of the few ones that I like on the rocks.
Again, this is coming from a guy that really wanted to do a non-sarcastic Mellow Corn.
Yeah. A non-ironic Mellow Corn.
Exactly.
And speaking of Redbreast, I've got a story from One More Dram that Redbreast has announced an American Oak series and Redbreast Kentucky Oak. So this series is focused on showcasing different American oak types from different locations across the country. The first release will be a Kentucky Oak, which will finish for 3 to 7 months in white oak barrels sourced from the Taylor family's Elk Cave Farm in Kentucky. It's going to be bottled at 101 proof, and they say it's available now. So I got to ask Sam if he's going to get some of that.
We're going to go see Sam, I think, on Saturday.
Yeah.
Right? We should ask him.
Yeah. We'll shoot him a
Yeah.
Facebook message after this.
Reserve a bottle for us.
I just still think this is America. We should just stay on American whiskey. All your news stories so far have been about crap overseas.
Especially on July 7th.
Yeah, right after the 4th of July.
6th.
Big
Yeah.
America weekend, and now we're just going to talk about
Well, we're going to bring it back home with the last story.
That's a really good point.
European crap.
All right,
You're
this one's...
European crap, dude.
Right.
Just a couple of generations removed.
This one just happens to be from Esquire, even though I could have probably sourced it from anywhere.
Esquire. Wow, I haven't heard that.
But the gang is getting their own whiskey.
The game.
The
gang.
gang. Nice. Always Sunny?
Yeah, Always Sunny cast is putting out a Irish whiskey called Four Walls. It's going to be a blend of Irish grain and malt with Pennsylvania rye. It says it's intended for cocktail use, but it's priced at $89, which seems really steep for a cocktail
89?
bottle.
Holy crap!
And they also have a limited release, which I think it was like 755 bottles. That's a 15-year-old, which is available for $999, which goes to charity.
Wow.
They should have called it Fight Milk.
They said it's
exciting.
called Four Walls because Patty's has four walls.
Nice. The fourth wall.
That doesn't make sense. That'd be weird because if they serve that in their bar, that'd be the most expensive thing that they would serve at
Easily.
Patty's Pub.
At
Easily.
85.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's a pretty steep price.
Yeah, it is.
I think because what Piggyback was a cocktail whiskey, and that's what 60, and that's even pretty steep for a cocktail
yeah,
whiskey.
no kidding. Yeah,
Considering you can get Jack and for
for
40 bucks
right,
or whatever.
it is. Yeah, the other one I saw was that Star Wars Disney cruise. It's gonna have a $5,000 cocktail at the Star Wars bar that looks like the Millennium Falcon. $5,000 for one drink. Nobody knows what's in there. But it's the whole experience of going into the bar. It's like the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon.
Is that the hotel?
It's a ship. It's a cruise,
Oh, the cruise
Yeah,
ship.
yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
and it's $5,000, and nobody knows what's in there. But
Interesting. They don't tell you.
They don't tell you.
It's just here's his $5,000.
Yeah, here's a cocktail and get drunk on $5,000. Like, geez, man.
Interesting.
Some people have a lot of money.
I do want to stay at that Star Wars hotel though. Have you
I
seen
would
that?
love to. Yeah, I'd love to stay there at some point.
It'd be cool.
Apparently,
It'd
it's
be pretty
expensive
cool.
as hell too.
It's like 6K
Yeah,
for like I
Yeah,
think
for
a
like 3 or 4
2-night
nights.
stay.
Yeah, yeah.
And you can't. That's it. Like they won't let you stay longer than 2 nights
Yeah, they
because
kick
it's
you
all
out,
like
right?
choreographed
Yeah.
like thing.
It's like the whole show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd love to go there at some point.
Yeah,
stay there.
sounds so cool.
Yeah, well, I mean,
We
Sounds
already
like a great
established
use-
that Dan doesn't like Star
we're
Wars.
employed, so we can
Sounds-
afford it.
Sounds like a great use of money.
We're employed. We can afford it.
Think of how much whiskey you could buy for a 2-night stay at a thing that's going to make Disney even richer.
I mean, invite us over to
know,
your
but-
blue tent and we stay for free.
Well, I did invite you over for a whole bunch of wings, and I bought about 18 pounds of wings that we had
Shit, man.
planned on for about 2 months.
I owe Dan,
And
like,
then
I don't know, a
the-
night out somewhere.
The day before, he goes, "Oh shoot, these tickets that I bought months ago," and then just looked at them and realized that I'm actually going to be gone the day you're grilling all those out.
Now, yeah, I feel terrible.
I know.
Wait, so how many people did you have over that night then?
I had about 6 or 7 and 84 wings.
And you were counting on 10. Now I feel terrible. So yeah, I owe, I don't know, Dan a visit to an expensive strip club or something.
Jeez. I mean, I was offering you wings. You're going to offer me breast and thighs back. I guess that's not a bad trade-off.
Hey, chicken is chicken.
Did you guys have a good 4th?
Yeah, 4th was good. It was fun. My parents were in town. Of course, again, we stood you up because my parents were supposed to go to your house. But yeah, it was fun. They had a great time. They visited from San Antonio. We did a lot of tourist things, not only in the city but outside here in suburbs too.
What touristy things did you do in the suburbs?
Went to the Botanic Gardens. We
Okay.
went to some of the downtowns, like Northbrook downtowns. It's really cool. Libertyville, of course. We went to Lake Bluff. It was nice. Yeah, we had a great time. Now they're back. Their flight got canceled twice. But finally they flew out tonight, so. Yeah. All travel these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
I know.
Nice.
I just grilled out a crap ton of wings. Everyone else that said they were going to come over came over.
Yep.
We had some cigars, some whiskey, some wings.
Yeah.
Did you have wings?
What cigar did I try?
You did a Davidoff.
Yeah, that was a good one. I like that one.
Yeah. Fun
Wait,
time.
like the Baywatch guy?
Yes, that's exactly
That's
what I said.
Hasselhoff.
That's exactly.
Oh.
Nope. Let him run with it. I want to hear this.
Wow. Yeah.
There's got to be a payoff here somewhere. I just wanna see
German
what it is.
cigars. Yeah, I like that. Dang, that sounds like a good day. Did you have wings?
Couple.
Okay. Do you still have some?
No, I finished them off today for lunch. I've eaten nothing but wings the last 5 days.
Oh man, good times at the wing store. Anyway,
Anyway, we have our Mellow Corn whiskey, which is something that you've been high on and wanted to do for
I
quite a
love
while.
this thing. I'm glad we did it. I'm glad you guys were open.
It's not bad. I mean, we'll talk
Hosting
about
it.
it at the end, but
Yeah.
let's not hide the lead. This is a
I
$12
don't
MSRP.
think it's not bad. I mean, I don't think it's just not bad. I think it's good. Anyway, we'll get into that. Man, you guys are too set on the price of $12.
No, I don't mind the price at all. I just don't think it's that great. But
Well, I mean, shit,
Yeah.
it's a $12 whiskey. It's not gonna be great.
this is a Heaven Hill product.
Exactly. You're welcome.
And besides that, it's
We are
also-
going to Heaven Hill.
We are going to go to Heaven.
It's gonna be. We're gonna be okay. Let's start the tour. And we're bro's gonna be like, excuse me. Where do you make the mellow
Take
corn?
me to Mellow Corn. Take me to your master.
Where do you run it through the nuclear reactor rods?
Which urinal did it come from?
Mellow Corn is actually the one unique thing it has going on. It's a bottle and bond $12 bottle.
The only bottle in bond that's like below $30.
Old
Yeah.
Granddad is bottled in bond.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like same price.
Is it?
Yeah,
No shit. I did not
you
know that.
completely made that fact up.
Funny. I'm just a cheerleader for it. No. I'm just trying to cheerlead on my bottle. It's very lonely on top of the barrel here.
The biggest thing to talk about with this whiskey is it's a straight corn whiskey. So this isn't a bourbon. It falls under a straight corn whiskey. A bourbon's got to be 51% corn.
Mm-hmm.
For it to be a straight corn whiskey, it has to be at least 80% corn.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be aged at least 2 years to be a straight corn whiskey.
Yep.
That's kind of one of the big differences. Like when we talked about light whiskey doesn't have to be aged that much.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a lot of similarities between this and light whiskey because you also don't have to use new charred oak barrels for a straight corn whiskey.
Right.
The only really difference between this and a light whiskey technically is, well, this is a lot lower proof at 100 proof, and that this has to age at least 2 years, or light whiskey doesn't need to.
Right. Exactly.
So to be
And this
bottled
one's
in
4.
bond, it has to be 2 years.
No, to be a
No,
straight
this
corn
one's-
whiskey,
yeah.
it needs to be 2
Okay.
years.
And this one's BIB, so it's got to be 4.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the rules are the same for
Yep.
bottled in bond.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, bottle and bond, it can be anything, any type of whiskey. So the rules apply, but it can be on anything.
Yeah, but this is clearly not charred barrels.
It is.
Totally
It's
not.
a used barrel.
Oh,
It's used
okay.
Heaven Hill.
They age
Yeah.
these and use Heaven Hill barrels.
Yeah.
So it's almost a bourbon.
Almost.
If it had
except for its
new charred barrels, it
mix
would.
of the 80% corn.
Yeah,
Well,
but you
it's-
can have
you-
an 80%
Oh, that's a
bourbon.
good
51.
point. Yeah, it's at least 51. Yeah.
It
yeah,
still
yeah.
needs to, with it being bottled and bond, even it being a straight corn whiskey, it still has to be one distiller and one distillation
Yeah.
season, all that
Yeah.
that stuff.
So you're right. It's almost a bourbon.
Yeah.
Other than it's in Heaven Hill used barrels.
used
Right.
barrels. And that's why
That would be
color-
a really high corn bourbon.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's why the color on this is so light. I mean, it was aged 4 years, which is a decent amount to age a whiskey. But again, it's been in used charred barrels, not new. So it's not going to get as
Well, I
complex
mean,
of a
it's,
color on it.
it's also 80% corn, so
Yeah.
it's going to be a little light.
They don't put an age in the bottle since it's bottled in bond. We do know it's at least 4 years old. With it being bottled in bond, we talked about it's 100 proof whiskey. The mash bill on this, it's weird because it's 90% corn, and then everywhere I looked, it said 10% rye and malted barley.
Then that's it.
Just something.
It's like, whatever. who
Yeah.
cares?
Some other percentages of
Put some other grain in there. Who cares?
It's probably whatever's left over from a mash of Heaven Hill, and there's like, throw it in.
Like, oh, this is the left. Yeah, exactly. It's just scrape the bottom of the barrel of the vat.
Yeah. whatever dust settles after they did all the corn flour out and all the.
What are those worms in there? It doesn't matter. Just put it in there. It's fine.
So does that mean the mash bill changes, or
No, it's just 10%. I'm sure
some combination of
Yeah.
It's just
rye
not
and barley?
disclosed.
Yeah, and it's probably something that they use nonstop, but it's just we just know it's 90% corn, and they just know that the other 10%'s got to be
Yeah.
malted rye, and rye and malted barley.
Why is my mic boom on my face? So I won't hit the mic.
There's gonna be one episode where you actually know how to use your microphone, and I'm gonna be
This
just
shit.
blown away by that.
Especially now that we have YouTube. Now people can see that's like right on my face. I don't know how to use it. I don't know what to do with my hands. Anyway.
The big thing about this bottle is it is $15 with tax included. Basically, it's a
With
12,
tax, yeah, because
yeah,
it's 12 plus tax, yeah.
It's $12
That's pretty
MSRP
cool.
bottle. It is very cheap. It's pretty easy to find. It sticks out because it's
Although some people don't carry it. Like Sam doesn't have this. And I asked him, it's like, Sam, do you carry
Yeah,
mellow
no,
corn?
he doesn't.
I wonder why.
And he didn't even know what it was. I asked him. I was like, he's like, I don't even know what that is. I'm like, okay. But it's true. And then so the first
I mean,
time I
any
noticed,
big liquor store will have it.
yeah, the big ones, yeah, absolutely. But then after I asked him, I was like, hey, how come you don't carry mellow corn? He was like, well, I don't even know what it is. Then I started looking in other places that they don't have mellow corn. You know, like, but again, to your point,
Smaller
if you go-
places usually.
right.
I don't think.
If you go to Benny's or Gold Eagle, they have it.
Yeah.
It's easy to find. You'll see it on the bottom shelf, and the plastic yellow top just screams, "Hey, I'm a different."
This
Thing
is
down here.
definitely bottom
So
shelf.
it just look really really low down by your feet
This
for
is
bright yellow, and you'll
as
find
bottom
it.
shelf as it gets.
Yeah,
In the whiskey section.
yeah. It's still kind of a whiskey.
She's talking so much shit about this. I'm really enjoying
Technically,
But yeah, that's kind of the main facts. Been around for a while, but it's a $12 Heaven Hill product. But I mean, it's the same. Like all the big companies, Sazerac has their benchmark
yeah.
number 8. All those they have that $15
Yeah.
low end. All the big distillers are gonna have that low end price
Yeah,
point
like
too.
the mass produced. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, you're talking shit about mellow corn. I'm a fan of it. And not ironically. Yeah, like I really am a fan. I mean look at the bottle. You know, it's in the last quarter of the bottle left, and that's because I drink it. I drink it watching Netflix. And Hulu is a different story. Hulu, I go for the middle shelf, the top shelf. Now, if I'm watching Disney Plus, then that's top shelf because it's normally Star Wars. But hey, Mellow Corn, Stranger Things, perfect. All the Stranger Things is good. Maybe not. Better Call Saul. That's Mellow Corn show right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know where that's coming from. My
I don't
talent is
either.
coming back.
I don't know what you're talking about.
do we ever?
Rarely.
Anyway, so good history.
Yeah.
Thanks for the research.
Mm-hmm.
If you I did when I started really getting into Mellow Corn, I started looking at the reviews online, like the Bourbon Guy and what is the other Breaking Bourbon and all of them. Dude, that's really good reviews. Everybody's like, shit, for $12, this is actually one of the best $12 whiskeys I've had. That's because there's not that many.
I was gonna
$12
say,
whiskeys.
how many $12 whiskeys are there? Well, I mean, it's 1 out of 4. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying it. I've been drinking this already for 20 minutes for the news section and for the research. Thank you for the research. Thanks for the news. Now I'm informed. And I've been sipping on my Mellow Corn very nicely. I have in my hand nuclear yellow urine, it looks like.
Yeah. This is like,
It's a
when
urine
you're like
sample.
moderately dehydrated. That's kind of the color.
It's like a urine sample when you're like, they ask you for one. It's always a time that you
Yeah,
don't have to go to
yep,
the freaking
that's-
bathroom.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Is it's like when you go to the doctor, like, hey, we need a urine sample before you leave. Like,
And it's yellowish.
oh
Shit.
crap.
You don't have to go, and even if they give you water, you're like, crap, now I gotta do it. And you're so dehydrated, giving urine samples, this is exactly what it looks like,
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, so it smells really good. Again, I'll be serious about my Mellow Corn. It's sweet on the nose. It's sweet. It's aromatic. It's corn. I mean, you're smelling like Act 2 popcorn. That's what I was when I was trying it here a few minutes ago. It's like popcorn. It's like smelling a bag of microwave popcorn, which is not terrible.
Yeah, it's a little buttery.
Little butter. Caramel and butter, maybe even.
There's also, I am getting some like floral kind of notes on the. They're pretty subtle, but
subtle
yeah
aromas of flour. I completely agree, and it is sweet on nose. And honestly, it's 100%. I'm sorry, 100. It's not 100% alcohol, although it looks like it. it's 100 proof, but the ethanol is not too noticeable. It's a little
it's not bad.
tamed.
Yeah,
my opinion.
Yeah, no, I don't get too much ethanol out of this for being as much corn.
It's a lot of corn, and again, you do smell it. I like the caramel, popcorn aromas and the flowery the scent that I'm getting. I can't chamomile or something. I don't know. I can place it.
Yeah, it's like some kind of
sunflower.
Yeah.
And then to the taste, I like the sweetness of this. It's 80% corn, so at this point you're drinking
90% corn.
It's is it 90? Jeez, 90% corn.
Yeah. We should start doing tests after we do our research sections and just ask Roberto questions and see how well he does.
Do I get points for just writing my name? Or can I have a Scantron and at least have a multiple choice? So yeah, it's 90% corn. At this point, you can probably have like ethanol gasoline that you can put in your car.
For $12, this might be cheaper then.
It's probably cheaper now. It's the true cost of inflation. And it's sweet to the taste. Mm-hmm. It's sweet. It's not overpowering. Like the alcohol, the ethanol is really not overwhelming. It's not overpowering.
Yeah, I mean, for like, it's such a light flavor. The alcohol taste needs to be very tame for it to be drinkable and enjoyable.
Yeah.
And like, because this is a used barrel, you're not getting that like oak, vanilla, and caramel and like all that other stuff. So it's like corn and like maybe a little bit of like cereal-y type thing.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there, but not that much.
It's a good point. There are some notes of grains.
There's something in there. Yeah. I mean, it is kind of popcorny.
It's a lot. I mean, popcorn is exactly what it reminds me of. Even drinking it.
Yeah.
Like you're tasting a little bit of popcorn.
It kind of leaves that like movie theater butter feeling in your mouth too.
Yeah.
Like weird oily consistency that's like.
And you feel like you need a big sip of Coke.
Yeah.
Right after that.
Although, hey, you get your money's worth with Mellow Corn. You can get a bottle, 750 milliliter bottle for $12. You go to freaking AMC and get a 12-ounce bag of popcorn for $75 or whatever they sell it for these days. So maybe I should sneak in my Mellow Corn into the movies.
Yeah,
I mean that should be allowed for what they charge you for popcorn at the movie theater. But yeah, I'm enjoying this a lot. I think it's smooth. I don't think it's
growing
trash.
on me a little bit.
A lot of people think it's trash. Like
it's definitely not trash. There's just I don't get a lot of different complexity or flavor profile through it.
Yeah,
it's like what Jake, like what you guys have been saying. It's you kind of get that little buttery feeling in your mouth, but there's not. You get the corn, you get a little bit of ethanol on it, but again, it's super smooth, especially for being 100 proof.
Yeah,
very smooth.
But I'm trying to find a good use for this, and I'm not trying to be like overly harsh or anything on it. Yeah. This would be a really good shot whiskey.
Yeah, actually, that's not a bad point.
Because let's be honest, we're all getting older. I don't. Well, Jake's still like 17.
I'm 27.
I don't like doing a lot of shots or anything anymore, and it's like when they do, like when you're with your people and they do like the Vegas bomb shots or it's I've switched to just give me a shot of whiskey. Yeah, and this would be a good shot of whiskey to have around when I have to do shots for some reason.
When you have to,
God dang it, I got to do a shot now. No, I agree with that. I think it would be a smooth shot of whiskey and flavorful.
Yeah.
as opposed to Fireball. I mean, I'll take this over Fireball.
Oh, yeah.
day.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, you mentioned complexity. I agree. It's not a complex whiskey by any means.
Yeah. I mean, like, I would almost equate it to like single malt
Mm,
in terms of like it's very
very uniform.
uniform, and like there's only maybe 3 tasting notes
Yeah.
that I'm getting out of it, but they're nice, well developed notes,
They really are. I mean, absolutely. I agree with that. I mean, note number 1 is the obvious one, which is corn.
Yeah.
And then the second one, I'm getting a little bit of cinnamon, even. Not too strong, but it's in there. And I do get a little bit of caramel, but I think that's probably because of the corn content.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It
It
like the corn
does.
syrup, right?
Yeah.
Maybe not caramel, but like syrup.
Right.
That's what I'm
It's
getting.
kind of like you know how like true white corn whiskey tastes?
Mhm.
It's kind of like that, but like if you went from 11 down to like 5 on the
Yeah.
dial.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
that's
a
a good
nice mellowed version of like a white corn
point.
whiskey.
Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, and they stay true to the name. It is very mellow.
Yeah.
It's a mellow whiskey. And, the reason, again, I do enjoy watching a good show just because it's easy to drink.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to overthink it. It's one of my go-to bottles for the middle of the week where I'm like, oh, screw it. I'll just pour some Mellow Corn. And then because sometimes I do tend to overthink, like, well, shit, maybe I should do some Angel's Envy Rye tonight, or then I start thinking about the notes. Oh, maybe tonight I want something finished in rum barrels.
Yeah.
Like, you don't overthink it. You grab the Mellow Corn, you pour it, and have a good time.
It's like when you're overwhelmed with TV shows to watch.
Exactly.
You're like, you know what? I'm just going to watch Seinfeld tonight.
I'm just gonna go to The Office. I'm gonna put The
Yeah.
Office on. Let's see what's this is The Office.
It's the go-to.
Nah,
when
The
you-
Office is a really good show, though.
The hell, Mellow Corn's really good.
So I'm trying to let's talk about this. So obviously it's a super, super low price point. One of the first episodes we did was now this isn't easy to find, but the very old Barton is also very similar range, less than $20.
Yeah.
Now this is a straight corn whiskey where that was a bourbon, so you can't do apples to apples. But I will say the one thing that I remember about the very old Barton was the same thing, as it didn't have a ton of complexity to it.
Correct. Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
very,
no,
it was
I
very,
agree.
very one note because it's a cheap whiskey. They're producing it quickly.
It's blended. It's,
Um,
Yep.
At the same point, if there's a bottle of Mellow Corn and a bottle of very old Barton sitting side by side, and one's 12 and one's 18, I'm gonna go with the very old Barton over this. Without even thinking about it, it's not bad. And we talk about people trying to grow collections and things. If you're
Yeah.
newer into whiskey and you don't want to spend a lot of money on things, this would be a good addition
Yeah.
to a small collection.
Yeah.
Of something easy to drink.
That's fair. I like
It's
that.
a very good, easy beginner bourbon. I would say, like I said, I think we talked about that with very old Barton being a beginner, easy bourbon as well.
Yeah.
Well, this isn't a bourbon;
Yeah.
it's a whiskey, but this is something that can help you
Well, if you're
develop
looking to branch out a little bit,
branch out,
this is
develop
something different, and it's cheap.
Exactly.
Even if you regret buying it, it's not going to be the worst decision
Yeah.
of your life.
Like, well, shit.
Well,
You
and
got
let's say
3
you're-
songs on iTunes, and it's more than this.
let's say you're getting into whiskey and you're still at the lower proofs, and you want to try and start getting up to something higher proof.
Yeah, that's a good point.
This would be something that can help transition you. I would say this is a good transition bourbon, or something that's even just to get your palate used to drinking straight whiskey or straight liquor. One thing I've noticed is over the last couple of years, now that I've been drinking a lot of whiskey, I've had no problem tasting White Dog. I've never been big vodka or gin guys. But when we go to these distillery tours, you can drink those, and I'm not some of the things that you hate about some of these different liquors. And if you don't like whiskey, the same thing is there's that burn, there's that harsh thing. It's a good way to get your palate blended in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, whenever you take your first sip of any type of straight or hard liquor, you're going to have that initial reaction on your tongue of, This
Yeah,
this
it's
this
like
might not
the-
be
It's
good.
like a first
Right.
kiss. You have
Oh.
that reaction on your tongue. It's like, oh shit.
Your first kiss was tongue?
I don't know, probably. I was 32. So.
Yeah. I thought you were only earlier though. You said you're 27, so somewhere along the lines you're lying.
I mean, it's you
He's Benjamin
average,
Button.
you average it out, and it's like what 31 or something. It's perfect.
But I mean, but at the same point is the more and more you're drinking these things, that first sip doesn't blow out your palate nearly as bad as what it used to.
Yeah.
And this would be a
Yeah.
good thing to help start you transition into either higher proofs
I
or
agree.
to getting easier with whiskey because again it's a very light.
Well,
easy
even
drinker.
if like some people like mellower flavor, lighter flavor. Like if you're like a white wine drinker, like this is
that's
the
interesting,
whiskey
yeah.
for you. Like if you like really complex red wines,
Yeah.
like this isn't gonna be your
Yeah.
cup of tea. But like if
I
you
agree.
like lighter cocktails, lighter wine,
This is a really good
This
mixer.
is a pretty comparable to that type of
Yeah. Yeah,
type.
it's crisp, it's light, it's mellow. It's like you said, it's light, mellow, crisp, and it's not trash. It's. I mean,
it's
for,
not trash. I don't want to make it seem like this is like a horrible thing. It's easily
No.
worth the
No,
money.
I thought you were.
Oh
really-
yeah, I mean it's
I thought you were really fair. Like seriously, I thought you were really fair in the comments, which is true.
Just
And
trying
for
to make you happy.
for BIB, thank you. I owe you wings. For a bottle and bond, like it doesn't get any better than an entry level bottle and bond than this.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
4-year, 100 proof. This is, if you're starting getting into whiskeys, this is a great way to get into that.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's a Heaven Hill juice.
It's a Heaven Hill
Right.
whiskey. And again, I didn't bring the bottle. Ironically, I think this is one of my go-tos when I don't want to. Again, I don't want to overthink it sometimes because I do a lot. I do, like all right, well, shit. Do I want to pour the blends because I'm feeling a little higher end, or do I want to pour maybe like a bullet because I want to stay in the middle shelf? Like I just go to this. Like all right, I just want a glass of whiskey.
Yeah.
Speaking of Blantons, we're going to talk about the message this guy sent us over here.
Oh, well, I had
yeah,
one more question about the Mellow Corn.
Oh, go ahead. Let's do that, and then we'll come back to you being an idiot.
Hey,
How much would you pay for a bottle of Mellow Corn?
$12.03.
how much would I pay for a bottle of Mellow Corn? Honestly, if
What's
this
the
was,
maximum?
If this was $20, I would buy it. Probably not over 20. But if it was 20, I would buy it.
Yeah, I think I would agree.
Yeah.
If
mean, if it was
suddenly it
25,
became
yeah.
allocated, and I was like, got a hankering for some yellow corn or mellow corn, maybe
Yeah.
$20.
20, yeah. If this was 20, I would buy it. I don't dislike it by any means. I think even at 20 would be worth what I like the corn taste. I really do enjoy the corn whiskey
Yeah.
nature of it. And to your point about the bottle nuclear yellow, I had this on my Buffalo Trace barrel at some point because it looks really cool. That yellow label is great, and the yellow cap and the top label. I don't know, something about this that I it's endearing to me.
I do like the like 1950s kind of
Yes.
graphics on it. It is pretty
Like
great.
depression.
It reminds me of the Ever.
It's like prohibition.
It's like the
whiskey.
Everclear bottle.
Oh
It-
man.
It's the same shape. The Everclear bottle just has like that black label with a corn plant on it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a fan. I recommend it. Again, for all the reasons that Dan mentioned, entry level, getting into BIBs,
Yeah.
I would recommend it. Grab a bottle, keep it on your shelf. Don't overthink it. Sometimes just pour some.
Yeah. All right, now you can make fun of me.
one of our early episodes, we talked about old fashions and things. And Jake talked about how he watched this YouTube video that was just blasphemous because this guy was making an old fashioned with an E.H. Taylor.
Yeah.
Roberto,
This is true.
What is also true, Roberto, you want to tell everyone what we got a picture of this weekend?
Yeah, but you're looking at the wrong guy, dude. I've had Manhattans and old fashions very recently with Blantons. So I don't know. I can't be a judge here because about 3-4 weeks ago when I was in DC one of the last times, my friend broke out a bottle of Blantons and we finished it drinking Manhattans and old fashions. So I'm not gonna judge this one. That's all you. That's all Dan.
It's not just me. Sam has cut Jake off from getting Blantons.
The only thing that
Was that your
makes it-
bottle?
Yeah, it was mine. No, it wasn't the one that Sam got me.
No, but I mean, it was your, but it
But-
was somebody else.
No, it was it was the one that I had open on my shelf.
Yeah,
Brought it to my family 4th of July.
yeah.
People were drinking it straight. We got down to like the last little bit. My uncle had this is what makes it kind of worse. My uncle had a old fashioned premix.
That is trash.
And,
Dan just quit the show.
But my
to the
my
Jake
grandma
and
likes
RPL.
to make Manhattans. Well, she likes to make perfect Manhattans.
Nice. I like him.
And she uses Canadian whiskey. And I was like, I don't want a
Interesting
Canadian
choice.
whiskey old fashioned.
Yeah, no interest.
So my options were Blanton's or Debacle 15. So I went with Blanton's because I had like 1 dram
You
left.
just did it with one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan quit the show. He's back though. He missed it.
Dan's
Did you
back.
miss us, Dan? He missed us. He doesn't have a microphone.
I heard Jake talking about that story, and all I could think of is I just found a reason of why everyone should have a bottle of Mellow Corn.
To make old fashioned.
Yeah, it's a good point.
I gotta say the pre-mixed old fashioned mix, dude. There's some good ones out there.
It was okay. It wasn't like fantastic.
Yeah.
The one that Buffalo Trace makes,
Yeah.
or that Sazerac makes, that I can't remember.
That's
what
the
it's
one
called.
that I like.
It's like Handy and Co. or something like that.
Yeah.
Is actually pretty damn good.
That's the one that I like. Yeah.
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 I have the Bullet pre-made cocktail in my fridge. I haven't opened that yet.
Wait, I have it, but I haven't tried it. But I have one because I think I got it.
You
at
got one
Sam's.
too, yeah.
Yeah. And then the Knob Creek is really decent too.
Is it?
Yeah, Knob Creek, they did a good job with that one. But yeah, see, Dan talks trash about that. It's not that bad. You got to give it a chance. Have you had an old fashioned with Blanton's?
No. If I had
Would
Blantons,
you?
I'm drinking it straight.
Would you though?
If I was at someone's place like you were and they were going to make it for me and it wasn't my own bottle that I was going into it, then
Yeah.
yes.
All right, so that's a good standard set. I don't know if I would do that. I don't know if I would grab a bottle of my Blanton's and do an old fashioned. I have, again, we finished the bottle with Manhattans and old fashions, and that was great. I mean, I enjoy every single sip of it. I don't know if I would. Yeah, I don't know if I would grab my bottle of Blends, and so that's a good standard. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not
I mean,
judging.
I mean, like if I had another option, I would have
Yeah.
gone with that. But if it wasn't also like on its last leg
like
too,
the last 3 ounces or whatever.
then
yeah.
yeah.
No, and again, I'm not judging. I'm just saying, yeah. There's.
I mean,
But you're right. You weren't at your house.
It was
You
good.
didn't have your partner with you.
Yeah. I mean, if I was here, I wouldn't
Yeah,
obviously
you
would
would
not
never
have
do
used
that,
Blanton's.
I don't know. Dance.
I could like reach under here and pull a better option out.
Careful, careful, you might grab the Rye 3.
Now that people can see it on YouTube, all the freaking holy shit! I didn't even see this bottom shelf over here. Holy crap!
Yeah.
Is this new? Like all these bottles?
I
ain't never
I
seen
don't
that.
know. No, they've been accumulating. That's the.
Oh, you got the Calumet 16.
Oh no, that's the 16. Yeah.
Holy shit! Is it good?
I don't know. It's not open.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't tried the 16. I should. So we're going to Sam's on Saturday, I think.
Yep.
Is there anything exciting?
He said he's got bookers.
Okay.
And then he said that some other stuff might come in during
Okay.
the week. So
Because I spent
We'll see.
$1,200 2 weeks ago at Sam's.
on what?
Well, a lot of it was Jake stuff.
Oh, well, that's a good point. It was your 2 bottles, which the bar stand was like $229.
Oh, the rum finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is supposed to be amazing. I haven't tried it.
Yeah. We'll have to pop that soon.
Yeah. But then I got quite a few bottles. Blood Oath was pretty hefty.
Oh yeah.
And
That
then
one's.
I got-
Did you try it yet?
I haven't tried it, no, because I haven't finished my 2019, which I'm gonna finish before I
Yeah.
open the other ones.
The this Blood Oath is the green label.
Yep,
And this one is primarily Rise, isn't it?
it's supposed to be. Yeah,
And the other ones were primarily bourbon, right?
it's all bourbon.
Yeah.
19 is bourbon, 2020 is pure bourbon.
Yeah. So this will be an interesting
Yeah,
one.
that'll be good. I'm excited to try it at some point. But yeah, so I'm excited to go to Sam's. Bobby was there last time. Sam
Bobby won't
wasn't.
be there this time.
He
Sam
won't.
will be there.
Yeah, dang. So yeah. Anyway, Mellow Corn. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
It's a good sip.
And next week looks like we will be going to Peerless.
Yeah. Do Peerless bourbon.
So good.
Good bottle.
It's a good choice.
So good. Peerless Dry is even better in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of it.
I mean, it's just so freaking good. You would probably like. Have you tried
I
Peerless?
tried the
Dry?
Peerless. It was okay.
It's just so good. It's one of my favorites. I mean, it's just
I got the
It
double
really
oak
is.
back here too.
double oak. We should probably have a taste during the Peerless episode. It is very good. The double
Yeah.
oak.
Well, we've talked about it a few times on here. We're now putting videos up on YouTube. So if you want to,
Why would anybody want to see us on video?
that's a great point.
It's like
Because YouTube's where the monetization's at, Roberto.
who actually wants to see us on video? It's
Apparently
funny
no
because
one, because our 4th of July episode has 0 views as of right now. So
Not even one of us. Not even one of us tried to see it.
It went up on the website today, so maybe we'll get someone from China to watch it.
there we go.
Nobody, not even one of us tried to attempt to see the episode.
The Infinity Bottle
says
episode
something.
had 7.
Ooh,
That's good to know.
Yeah.
That was a good bottle.
I mean,
But-
a downward trend is never a good thing,
Yeah.
but
where
It's just-
people are watching us though and are interacting with us.
Well, you can watch us gain weight week after week on YouTube. I bet you if you put all the YouTube episodes and do like a Vine style, really, like you can see my 20 pounds gain like every week. Anyway, next week I'll be 220. Right now I'm like at 200, so that's good. That's where they can see us. Is that
No,
your question?
where people are actually interacting and seeing us at.
Find us on Instagram. Instagram is our biggest account. I think it's the one that has the most content, which it's really cool to see the followers grow, the interactions grow with other accounts and with other distilleries. So Bourbon Matters on Instagram, at Bourbon Matters. You can do a search, you can click, you can follow. And on Facebook, we are Bourbon Matters on Facebook. Same thing, similar content.
Yep.
Same amount of followers or similar. And then we have a website, bourbonmatterspodcast.com, or that's it. We are not on Truth Social
no,
or CNN Plus.
no, not
That's it
anymore.
then. LimeWire is coming back
No way.
as an NFT marketplace or something.
Sweet.
Yeah, I know. I remember my LimeWire MP3, so you had to wait
Oh,
6
yeah.
hours for one song.
And then you wake up the next morning after you downloaded it all night and found out it
Yeah.
was like someone like edited
It's
it
like
and it
some
wasn't the
shit.
right actual
It
song.
was some Chinese shit. And then you had 17 viruses in your
Yeah.
computer after that.
That was from the porn though, not the LimeWire.
The torrents. Is that still a thing?
Oh,
Can you still
BitTorrents.
download BitTorrents?
I'm sure Pirate Bay's still out there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I haven't downloaded a movie illegally in many years.
I've never downloaded anything. I just had LimeWire just because someone recommended it.
Yeah.
I saw us for legally pirating
That's
music.
funny
and I said
because you introduced me to the BitTorrents. in Arbor Lakes, I remember. Dan's like, "Oh, have you heard of the BitTorrents?" I'm like, "Great!" So I had all these free movies then, and it was funny because like some of those movies were like for Academy preview only.
Yeah.
like
Yep.
the one that they sent to the Academy judges, and then another one says like American Airlines.
Yeah, they were the ones.
If
the
you watch
watermark.
it,
God.
Yeah.
if you watch a movie on American Airlines, it says they label it so you won't pirate it.
It's watermarked, yeah.
It's watermarked. And then the one that guy downloaded, like Run Fat Boy Run or something, is like American Airlines. Oh shit. Anyway, that's my story.
All right. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Stitcher. Like, rate, review, subscribe, all the things.
Bell ring.
Do them. Yeah, ring that bell.
Ring my bell, my bell. Boom, 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 boom.
Can we get that on the soundboard
God,
for
he's-
next week?
Yeah.
What do we
he's
have on the
fire.
soundboard? Was I drunk that day? Maybe I was drunk that day. Oh, Limp Bizkit was good. No, I'm choking. That thing was terrible.
Dude. Break stuff is so good.
Break stuff is awful. terrible. What a terrible band.
Chainsaw. What?
The guy ended up doing porn or something. Fred
No,
Astaire
he
or
didn't.
something.
Fred Durst.
Fred Astaire?
Fred Durst.
Fred
Who's
Durst.
Fred Astaire? That's not him.
Fred Astaire.
Fred
dance.
Astaire was from like the 40s.
Is he? Yeah. Fred Durst? He ended up doing porn or some shit.
No, he didn't.
I think so.
If anyone would know, it'd be Jake.
Those BitTorrents.
He's been waiting for that sex tape to release.
He
Still hasn't.
single-handedly ruined Woodstock 95
He did?
or whatever. Which one was
probably
it?
later than
97?
It had to be like 2000s at least.
Jake is the only person in the world with a Google alert for Fred Durst porn tape.
No.
Right after
No,
Bret
but at
Michaels.
the one, the like, you know,
yeah, like a long
90s
time
Woodstock,
ago. Yeah.
he started all the like rioting and fires.
Oh shit. Okay. Was that in the 90s? Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. I was
Because
not-
he was like screaming at people like,
Yeah.
burn everything down and like
That, I
shit
remember
like
that. Yeah, that's a.
So you
now-
just
now
started
I'm starting to
piling
remember.
crap, like pallets and stuff, and just lit it on fire.
Now I'm starting to
Like,
remember. That's hilarious. Wow, I forgot about that story.
Yeah.
I was not alive then 'cause I'm 27. So yeah, late 90s I was not born. Right?
What?
I was
Yeah,
not
you
born
were.
in the late 90s. I'm 27.
You would be mid 90s.
I'm 27. It's like 2001.
I'm
9/11.
30 and I'm born in 91.
I was born in 9/11. I remember like, oh, 9/11. I'm born.
That's not 27.
We're so stupid. I brought the talent tonight.
Nice.
Anyway,
All right, guys. Well,
is that it? Wait, we got to do this right now.
yeah, we
We're
got
on video.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers. See you next week.